Hello friends and welcome to another video on Just Shake or Stir channel, and hope you didn't miss me a lot. I know I disappeared for a few weeks, and explanation is simple. I wasn't well since January. I had this kind of a weird situation when I was struggling to recover. I was constantly better and worse, and it never was kind of 100% being on the spot to perform. So apart from trying to do my job and obviously go to work, I didn't have much power for anything else, so I put everything on hold. And I had to take this decision because I was risking to get even worse, and I can't do that when I have two little girls around me and they need me. So today I'm gonna share 3 cocktails to ride the wave beautifully using a celery. So I'm gonna use Celery Liqueur and Celery Syrup. Both of them it's homemade, so if you wanna make them, you know where to go. Mixology Hacks. Yes, my second channel, that's where you wanna visit, and you can see how to make the celery syrup and the celery liqueur. So today 3 cocktails, kind of a, not just a twist on the cocktails, inspired by Margarita, the Green Sour, and the 20th century. Okay? So my lovely friends, if you're ready for shake, stir and sip, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe for more recipes, of course. And let's go and make these wonderful celery cocktails. Okay, for the cocktail number 1, we are going to take on the Margarita, but we are going to use Mezcal. And your ingredients today, it's simple. Mezcal. Instead of Cointreau or a triple sec, we are going to use a homemade celery liqueur, a homemade celery syrup, and of course some lime juice. To rim the cocktail, I'm gonna be using my citrus salt, which I use for the timeless Rita and for many other things. And again, everything is on the Mixology Hacks if you want to make any of these. So this smoky savory stunner, it's called the Mezcalita Verde. It just sounds good, so I decided to call it Mezcalita Verde. It's earthy, it's fresh, it's packed with a character. So we're keeping the Margarita soul by replacing the triple sec or the Cointreau, as I mentioned, with the celery liqueur, adding a little bit of the celery syrup for a depth, and pairing it all with the bold heart of the Mezcal. So if you're ready, let's shake this wonderful Mezcalita Verde. So I squeezed already the lime juice, but I'm not throwing any of this because what I'm gonna do is simply rim my glass first in advance with the citrus salt. Now, if you wanna just use a normal salt, or even if you wanna go a little bit funkier and get a little spicy mix, it's entirely up to you. I really like the citrus salt, which I use for the timeless Rita, and I'm simply gonna use it, okay? Now the cocktail is shaken, and of course we're gonna start with our Mezcal, and in this case we are using 60 ml or 2 ounces of the Mezcal. This is gonna be a lovely strong Mezcalita Verde. Then of course the homemade celery liqueur, 30 ml or an ounce. A little bit of sweetness, just a little bit, but again, we're keeping this savory flavor, so that's why we are using celery syrup, just 15 ml or a half an ounce. And finally, of course, Margarita. We need some fresh lime, so I squeeze a little bit. That's what I had in the house at the moment, but it's more than enough for me to enjoy this cocktail. We're gonna go with 30 ml or an ounce of the lime juice. And you're ready, my lovely friends. So, fill up your shaker with ice. Not too much, not too little, just enough to dilute and cool the cocktail, because it will be served over a fresh ice, so it won't be served straight up, it will be served over ice. So give it a good shake. Okay, 10 seconds, it's more than enough. Wonderful. Grab your glass, filled up with fresh ice. As I mentioned, serving over ice this margarita. If you prefer it straight up, it's entirely up to you. It's your drink. No judgment here, okay? It's entirely up to you. I'm gonna go over ice. Beautiful. There you go. Our first cocktail is ready. And for a garnish, use dehydrated lime, or if you prefer, you want to go funky, go with a celery stick, but I'll be using this for the next cocktail, so I'm just gonna drop a nice dehydrated lime. And this, my friends, is the wonderful Mezcalita Verde. Beautiful, smells delicious. We are going to sip in a while, just very shortly, but next up is the Celery Sour, a riff or a kind of a variation of the gin sour. But this one, it's loaded with a herbal complexity and a silky finish from the egg white, which we're gonna use. Now, if you are not fancy of the egg white, you can replace it with an aquafaba if you prefer. I'll be using the egg white. So this one is perfect balance between citrus, sweet and savory. And yes, Green Chartreuse here makes a cameo. So there you go, we're gonna have Green Chartreuse. I'll be using a London dry gin. Of course, we are going to use a celery syrup. So here we don't have the celery liqueur, just the syrup. We need a fresh lemon juice and of course a beautiful fresh egg white. So if you're ready, let's give it a quick shake and make this wonderful celery sour. So I'm gonna do a little dry shake here, but before starting with the gin, always as a rule, if you're using egg white and you're cracking just the egg over your shaker, always start with the cheap ingredients, because if anything go wrong, obviously you can always discard the egg white and do it again, instead of putting all your precious spirits inside ingredients and you can't use it. I mean, if you want to turn it to a flip, that's entirely up to you. So I have egg white here, very kind of a lucky, I did some cooking today, so I have some egg white left. So I'll be using around 30 ml or an ounce of the egg white. I like a little bit more, just because I want this creamy, silky texture, okay? And I'm gonna go straight away with the lemon juice. It's 30 ml or an ounce as well. I'm building backwards, not the spirits, I'm building backwards with the cheap ingredients first, okay? So, celery syrup, give it a little sweetness just to mellow this wonderful sour. 15 ml or a half ounce. There we go. And I need one of those little babies here, fabulous. Of course, we are going with a gin, which is 45 ml or an ounce and a half. And the reason why is because we are using a little bit of chartreuse. Just to bring these herbal notes, it's gonna bond everything absolutely fantastic, okay? So the green chartreuse is just 15 ml or a half ounce. Now, if you wonder what is this on the top, it's not from the green chartreuse, it's from a different liqueur. But it's work wonders when you want to pour. It's kind of replacing the spit pourer really nicely. So first of all, a good dry shake. Hold the shaker nicely because the egg is going to expand and it's going to try to explode. So always hold the shaker nice and give it a good dry shake. Woohoo! Literally it's trying to explode proper. Right, let's fill it up with ice. You need a good amount of ice here just so you can cool down this cocktail, and obviously make sure you help the egg white to kind of introduce more air to the cocktail, okay? Give it a good shake. Beautiful. Okay, my glass, a type of old fashioned. Again, I'm serving this over ice. Now, if you prefer your sour straight up, absolutely fine. But I'll suggest if you're serving in a cup, make sure you chill the cup in advance, or even better, freeze it. Okay? So you have a lovely cold glass which you can use. Let's go. Lovely silky smooth texture, absolutely splendid. Fantastic. Now, as I mentioned earlier, I will garnish this. I have a lovely celery sticks, but I like to keep them frozen. So I will just pop a lovely celery stick. If you want a fresh one when you can bite when you drink, be my guest. So this, my friends, is perfect celery sour, or celery gin sour if you want to call it. It's, oh, I can't wait to try it, but of course we will have a little sip of everything in the very end. But now it's time for our last drink, and today it's my take on the 20th century, obviously changing a few things, so we're gonna bring it to 2025. I call it the Savoury Century. So we are swapping the creme de cacao for the celery liqueur and adding Bitter Bianco for a gentle bite, okay? The result, it's a dry, complex, garden fresh beauty. So it's gonna be served straight up. Grab your shakers, let's start build. 45 ml or an ounce and a half of your dry gin, London dry gin. Now, if you have any gin which have a little bit of citrus inside, or a kind of a botanicals which you prefer, feel free to swap that. For me, it works fantastic with the lovely London dry gin, okay? Celery liqueur, again, the homemade celery liqueur, 15 ml or a half an ounce. Then we have Bitter Bianco, Luxardo Bitter Bianco, just for a gentle bite of bitterness. It's not overly bitter, but it's gonna bond, it's worked fantastic with the botanicals. So 15 ml again, or a half an ounce. Fabulous. Celery syrup, of course, where without celery syrup? Just a 10 ml, okay? I totally forgot how much is this. I think it's 0.35 ounces. Sounds very complicated, but bear with me. 10 ml. I mean, if you want to go more, that's absolutely fine. And for a little kind of a little zest to the mix, just 10 ml or a 0.35 ounces of lemon juice. Of course, some ice in the shaker. You don't need too much again. Just enough amount to dilute, but not over dilute. And of course, cool down the cocktail and you're done. So give it a good shake, and preferably served in the chilled Nick and Nora glass. I'll be serving mine, it's not chilled, but if you want to kind of freeze in advance, it'll be absolutely fine. I'm okay to go as it is, so good shake. Beautiful. Now, since this cocktail it's served in a straight up, Nick and Nora, I have this lovely kind of like a retro style with a golden rim. I absolutely love it, so I will be using this one. Need a fine sieve, a strainer, and let's serve. Absolutely beautiful. Now, here is the thing with this cocktail. If you want to garnish, I will suggest a little like a celery ribbon if you want, or if you decide like a lemon twist. For me, it's enough elegant as it is. It's just enough for me. So simple as that. So I will skip any garnish, and yeah, I'm just gonna keep as it is. So an elegant, fantastic, surprising, and just enough edge to make people say, what is this magic, isn't it? Cheers. Oh, this is, right, let's try the celery gin sour. This is absolutely beauty, you know. Oh my gosh. It's a dry, it's a complex, it's like I mentioned, garden fresh beauty. It's your basically gin sour, as you expect to be. Fresh, punchy, silky, really smooth. But with the addition to the celery, you have these savory notes going inside with the botanicals together. It's absolutely, it's just splendid. And the first one which we made, the Mezcalita Verde. Now, brace yourself. This one, it's a smoky, it's kind of a green, it's a vibrant, it's kind of a shout. Let me just have a sip. Oh yeah. It's absolutely shout. I know my flavors, I want them both. It's beauty, it's smoky, it's savory, it's citrusy, it's fresh, have the full nice body coming from the mezcal. I don't know, any of this, it's absolute winner for me. So savory cocktails like this, they're not just about the celery, they're about the curiosity, about the balance, about the flavor, about the evolution of the cocktails, because we are taking a well-known templates or a cocktails, changing the ingredients to a beautiful homemade savory liqueur and a syrup, and you having something totally unique. If you're up for a smoky mezcal, you have a beautiful take on the Margarita. If you're up for a botanicals, lovely dry gin, or if you're, you know, some aromatics and you like something adventurous, the take on the 20th century, it's absolutely beautiful. So, my lovely friends, I'm a little bit rusty from no recording, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So, let me know which one you're gonna mix first. Are you gonna do any of them? Drop it down in the comment if you make it, or if you know any other recipe which it's a creation of your own, savory recipe, again, share it with us, share it with everybody else. So, go do some shake, stir and sip, and make sure as always, like, comment and subscribe if you like what you see. I'll be back, like I say, I'm fine, everything will be fine. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, the Bartender Lounge still exists out there. Link in the description, so if you want to join, come and join us. Share recipes, share anything you like, meet new people. But yeah, stick around. Make sure you check Mixology Hacks, because it's going to be coming with new videos as well, since I'm back. And of course, there's a new merch. If you're fancy to wear something of the shake, stir, sip, make sure you check this as well. But for now, as always, I love you and I leave you. Bye-bye.